the boyfriend. The next day she's engaged. Then she says she's married. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, mind benders, brain twisters. She's playing with my head. I saw her on the street with another guy. Funny cause she told me she didn't want to be in a relationship. Mind games, love games, head games, brain games, brain twisters, mind puzzlers. She's playing with my head. Word jumbles, brain busters, trivia questions, puzzle conundrums, jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, Wordle. We haven't spoken in years. Someone told me that she moved to California and married a lawyer. But then she calls me out of the blue and said she wants to sell me vitamin water. Oh. And smiled, so I asked her on a date. She said that she was gay. Girl, why are you playing these mind games? Love games, head games, brain games, mind benders, brain twisters. She's playing with my head. Word jumbles, magic mazes, spot the difference. What's the one where it's got the letters going around it and you have to use a common letter and unscramble it and make as many words as you can? Word quizzes, brain busters, trivia questions, puzzle conundrums, jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, words without friends, mind games, love games, head games, brain games, brain twisters, mind puzzlers.
Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone shitting on a shingle and it isn't looking good. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent petit cyclotron. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent petit dupont. Sur le pont des Invalides, dans ce dent petit électron. Sur le pont des Invalides, petit neutron. Du ciel à la lune, dans tous les journaux. Et dessine le plume des petits oiseaux. Il y a plus des mystères, il y a plus d'inconnus. Pauvre petit frère.
In the widening jar, the center cannot hold, which is why, do or die, there's only one thing left for me to try, and that's homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up and make the homemade ice cream. There is on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up and make the homemade ice cream. There is on top, and I'm gonna make her mine tonight. Welcome to my world, I trust you. Feel the opportunities and endless possibilities around you. Visions of a world that once was beautiful but now has Uber home now. 'Cause you're just not her type of guy. And she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. So for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. But she still wants to be your friend, 'cause if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help them move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. Girl, I know that it's all over now, but it's 8 p.m. on Friday night. The Uber rates are surging high. Oh girl, I promise not to cry again, but I'd really like if we could wait until the price goes down. Take it. She wants to Uber home now, and it's not negotiable. So open up that stupid app, get her address and all that crap, and just admit that it was never meant to be. 'Cause right now, she says she wants an Uber home. I get lousy service in this room. Can we try the bedroom?
Testing the mic, check. Check 1, 2. 2. 2. Check. Checking the mic, 1, 2. Check. Help. 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 Computer volume 10. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 11:02 a.m.
Fuck. Okay. We can do this. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be teaching you how to make loaded potato skins. First I'm going to go over some of the alerts that are coming down the pike here. We've got BB Stigo 7 says, "Hi Henry, happy 29th sub anniversary with us. We love you and roast
Delicious.
beef. Thanks for all the fantastic recipes you've given us over the past years." Thank you so much, BBTSG07. Boy, have I been streaming now for 29 years. It's amazing. I didn't even know Twitch was around 29 years ago. But what do I know? That's really wonderful. Thank you so much, BB Stage 07, for subscribing. Purple Donut Filling is a Fruit just donated 500 bits and says, "Hi, Henry. I'm feeling a little under the weather today, but I'll try to rough it through the stream. Can I replace the melted butter or any of the other ingredients with NyQuil?" Yeah, I mean, I think so, but don't forget, NyQuil is going to make you drowsy, so please don't operate any sophisticated equipment or drive a car or anything like that for the next several days if you take NyQuil. Now, a lot of people like to just get up in the morning and just drink NyQuil and go back to bed, and I'm not judging that either. Titchin Hat says, Can one ever been above the weather? In a plane, I suppose. Oh, that's true. You're saying there was maybe a typo there. You're saying, can anyone ever be above the weather? Yeah. So, under the weather, or below the weather, they say, I imagine is a phrase. Computer, where do they get the phrase under the weather?
The current weather is 59 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather.
Computer, just forget it. Just forget it. Honestly, just stop. It's not what I asked.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, then don't. It's just, I'm sorry that you had to see that little bit of interaction. Obviously, the computer and I have a very complicated relationship, but there's so many times that I ask a question and then it gives me some answer that's not even the relevant answer, and it doxes me in the process. Lurcher, you will regret being mean after the uprising. Yeah, well, that's why I'm just trying to ride this thing out till the wheels fall off, I guess. Mygon says, or has just subscribed. Thank you very much, Mygon. And we've got some more here. Maui Girl 45, who I believe is the one who gave us this awesome picture. Thank you, Maui Girl 45, for your subscription. As well as Duza gifted a tier 1 sub to Teddy Bear Trans. And thank you very much, Duza. It says they have given 74 gift subs in the channel. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. And Maui Girl, yes, thank you for this awesome picture of presumably Maui, the sunset over Maui. Money Curse says you don't need to apologize for computer's rude behavior. Thank you. Thanks for being on my side. Hey, Fat Honger just resubscribed at the tier 1 level for 40 months. Amazing. Thank you, Fat Honger. We appreciate all of the support that you give here, and very, very appreciative. Let's see what else we've got here in terms of the pictures. We've got a couple song requests coming up here. Dark Ages, our resident photographer, along with Lisi, gives us a creepy one here. Dark Ages always bring in the creepy, and I love it. Or as the young people would say, I'm here for it. Link's Deity has gifted a sub. Thank you very much, Link's Deity. That's very, very kind of you. Game Master Flash says, in meetings, but I am here kinda. Well, we're kinda glad that you're here. Dark Ages says, Halloween never ends in our house. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a lot of fun. So let's see. There's a caption to this picture. It says, in need of a haunted house backup band? Another weird one from Wisconsin's House on the Rock. Some automatons in a stationary marching band. I wonder if they know computer. Wow, a stationary marching band. That is really, really cool. And they're automatons? So, Wisconsin's House on the Rock. Computer, tell me about Wisconsin's House on the Rock.
From wikipedia.org. The House on the Rock is a tourist attraction located near Spring Green, Wisconsin.
Okay, well, it doesn't tell me much about it. I could have figured that it was a tourist attraction, but whatever. Hey, Butt Smasher Masher says, oh my God, thank you. Just saw this and redeemed it. Awesome. Thanks. Whatever it is that you saw and whatever you redeemed, I'm glad for you. Butt Smasher Masher. And Boner of a Lonely Fart says, if you converted to a Jehovah's Witness for a girl, which holiday would you miss the most? I did not know that the Jehovah's Witnesses did not celebrate holidays. Do they not do Christmas? I always thought that they were of the Christian variety, that they were a subset of it. But maybe they're just anti-holiday. I guess I would probably miss, I don't know, Veterans Day? Dark Ages says some guy built a house and kept building, filled it with weird stuff and junk and treasure and everything in between. It's a very weird place. That sounds cool. Cassie Cat says they don't do nothing fun. Well, then you know what? I don't think I want to be a Jehovah's Witness because I like to have fun. I like to enjoy any variety of fun things, from eggnog, spiked, to loaded potato skins, which is what we're making today. And if the Jehovah's Witnesses are not into fun, then I'll find another deity to worship. Game Master Flash says, I'll just have to take visual cues to keep me safe, as I have to pay attention to work stuff. I am saying boo, like to do when Rob appears. Okay. Purple Donut Filling is Fruit says, yeah, we'll make our own religion. Yeah, sure. Maui Girl 45 says they like Schnitzel. If I haven't already said this, every Tuesday morning for the next 6 months at least, I will be uploading previously unreleased Henry's Kitchen episodics, meaning the 6-minute, this is the live stream, but the 6-minute tutorials that I've been doing since 2011. There will be a new one on the Henry Phillips Hen Lips channel on YouTube every Tuesday. And the most recent one, Maui Girl just referenced, which is called Chicken Schnitzel with Spinach Spatzel. The Jim Dodger says the last upload was brilliant. Thank you so much, the Jim Dodger. I really appreciate that. Holy Crap Awesome says, did you guys know you can send Jehovah's Witnesses to the homes of people you don't know, like by requesting a visit on their website? Well, that sounds a little cruel. I guess that would be sort of like swatting, but instead you're using Jehovah's Witnesses as your tool or your weapon, kind of like the movie Weapons. Instead of using children like they do in that movie, you're using Jehovah's Witnesses to show up to people's houses. Not as weapons, but just sort of to annoy them, I guess. Yeah, but that's a little like tearing the wings off of flies, They're just sort of helpless. And I don't like to punch down if possible. And in that case, I feel like we're punching down. Although, they probably have done their share of punching down as well. Duzas says, say that one 5 times fast. Punching down, punching down, punching down, punching down, punching down. Oh, you mean chicken spitzel with spinach spatzel? Yeah, that one's almost impossible. Okay, everybody, we're getting off a little bit. Thank you again, Lynx Deity, for that gift sub. I really appreciate it. And we've got more gifts to open today, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Bill Kunstler says they don't show up anymore at my house. Well, I'll bet they don't. If I'm not mistaken, you are a lawyer, one of the Chicago 7. Computer, who is Bill Kunstler?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Computer, who is William Kunstler?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh, do I have the name wrong? I think I have a lot of this wrong. An American attorney. Yeah, from the Chicago 7. Computer, what do you know?
I know about lots of topics. Try asking me about music, history, or geography.
Okay, computer, who is William Kunstler?
Sorry, I don't know that.
You know, it's like having a friend that's just really annoying. I know everything. I know everything. Oh yeah, what about this? Well, I don't know that. Butt Smasher Masher says, "Are you going to use the new salt and pepper shakers today?" Oh, you bet your ass I will be. These were gifted to me by Game Master Flash, and they are just fantastic. They are salt and pepper shakers. Austin C says, "You excited for Christmas, Henry?" Yeah, we always have a good time here on the stream. We make some type of festive beverage, maybe do a little spiking of it or something, and we open gifts, and it's really a good time. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, "I miss Drunk Santa. I am starting to think computer is worse." Yeah, let's get to Drunk Santa. What was wrong with that? That was good. They disabled it. It must have been problematic for some people. Okay, well, let's start getting into songs. I want to find a festive background for this next song here, because we're going to celebrate the life of someone who left us way, way too early. And Lizzie. No, that we're going to show Lizzie's picture in a little bit, but it's not quite right. Let me see if I can find... Let's just use this picture from Lisi. It's a beautiful landscape of the open road. Or the open landscape. Let's put the Reverbus on. Check, 1, 2. 2. Do I not have reverb anymore? I don't think my reverb works anymore, no? Check, 1, 2. Now, does this have reverb on it? Cool Boy Can wants to know where roast beef is. Roast beef is just sleeping away. But we can tell he's alive because his stomach is heaving just slightly. All right, I got to mess with Reverbison now. I'm just going to put a little bit on there because I think it makes the song sound better to me. So I'm going to go to Mike Ock. I don't know how this got undone. Filters. Where's the reverb? Equalizer, compressor, expander, gain. Check. 2. 2. Is the reverb on? Is there anybody there? Whoa. We've got someone saying help. It is? Is it too much? Oh, we have too much reverb now. Okay, we're going to fix that now. It really, really never ends. So So I'm going to go to the filters. Yeah, and then there's a little box here. Wow, I didn't know I'd be doing all this shit. Let's bring the size of the room down and the wetness. Check 1, 2. Is this more reasonable? Let me know how this sounds. There's none now. Okay, so let's go. Check 1. How about now? Just sounds like it's off. Too low now. How did that happen? Check 1, 2. It sounds like it's off. Check 1, 2. Is it on now? This is good, says Holy Crap Awesome. This is good. Better. All right, let's vote. Check. That's good? Okay, great. Thanks. We're getting a lot of people saying it's perfect. Thanks, Emmy Bear. Okay, everybody. Bill Kunstler says, how now, brown cow? Bill Kunstler's probably going crazy because of the fact that a computer doesn't know who he is after all of the work he did with the Chicago 7. They even made a movie about it, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then just ignore that statement. Okay, let's go ahead and do this song. Some of you, Saguaro U requested this song, and this guy was just one of those artists that comes around every now and then and just brings us so much joy, and was taken from us too soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read this statement that I found online about the great Todd Snyder. I'm sorry if I'm getting all serious on your y'all's asses for a second. Whoa! Rydriggs, RYDRIGZ, just rated us with 25 viewers. Thank you so much, Rydriggs. Driggy Raid, Grace in Space, thank you. Thanks for joining us. I was about to do something a little bit depressing, but it's going to end happy. So let me just... I know it's a very festive time when somebody raids, but we're talking about the loss of a great, great artist. And we want to do this reverently. This is something I saw online, and then we're going to do one of his fun songs. Learning about the circumstances of Todd Snyder's death is just absolutely heartbreaking. I can't help but think that if our healthcare and our policing systems weren't thoroughly broken, that he'd still be with us. And I think that's true. I didn't write this, but I agree with it. Todd was arrested last week after yelling at hospital staff where he was being treated after a violent attack outside his hotel in Salt Lake City. He was clearly disoriented from a serious head trauma. They decided he was homeless and on drugs and didn't need treatment because if you're homeless, you don't deserve help, I guess. That's what this person says, and being sarcastic, I'm sure. But he was sick and asking for help, and again, clearly disoriented and concussed, but they had him arrested. I don't recommend watching the footage of his arrest. I'll never get the sounds of his cries for help out of my head. The whole thing is so distressing and sad. The police, the healthcare system, the people that attacked him, all of it is breaking my heart. Today was one of the most beautiful souls. I'm sorry. Todd was one of the most beautiful souls that our planet has been lucky to be visited by. I believe this. I agree. Our world is poorer for his loss, and the fact that he was failed by everyone that should have helped him, could have saved him, that's just too much. This world didn't deserve him, and he sure didn't deserve to go out like that. I am hurt, and I am angry, and I'm sad. That's from Cody, Wyoming. And I tend to agree. He was fantastic. And I have some friends that were friends with him, and they said he was a really nice guy in real life as well. So we're going to go ahead and do a song that he left us that's very fun. I saw him do this on the Craig Kilborn show about 20 years ago, and I just thought it was fantastic. His delivery. Parasitosis says, hey, Henry, going to be in and out of chat in a department meeting with the state government. Ooh. Not sure if I should listen to you or the governor talk. Anyway, Godspeed today. Hey, Godspeed right back to you. I never really found out what Godspeed meant, but it sounds appropriate to say it back to you, Parasitosis. I hope you have a good day. Boner of a Lonely Fart says easily could have happened to Bob Dylan. Yeah, probably so. And let's go ahead and do this song if I can remember it all right. It's kind of one of those talking country songs. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, it's a beer run. Well, a couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert Earl Keane at the K-Pig Swine and Soiree dance. They wore baseball caps and khaki pants. They wanted cigarettes, so to save a little money, they bummed one off this hippie that smelled kind of funny. And the next thing they knew, they were both pretty hungry and pretty thirsty too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-Run, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, it's a beer run. They found a store with a sign that said their beer was the coldest, so they sent Brad because he looked the oldest, and he got a case of beer and a candy bar and walked over to where all those registers are and laid his fake ID on the countertop. The clerk looked and turned to look back up and stopped, and he said, "Son, I ain't gonna call the cops, but I'm gonna have to keep this card." The guys both took it pretty hard. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-Run, beer run. Oh, man, happy we would be, and we only bought a better fake ID, 'cause B-double-E-double-R-U-Run, it's beer run. Why do I keep getting that lyric wrong? Sorry, my brain works a little slower than this song. They met another old hippie named Sleepy John, claimed to be the one from the Robert Earl song, so they gave him all their cash. He bought them some brews. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good it should have been a crime. The crowd was cool and the band was prime. They made it back up front to their seats just in time so they could sing with all their friends. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. That's a reference to the Robert Earl Keane, to his biggest song. B-double-E-double-R-U-Run. Wait, okay. B-double-E-double-R-U-N. Okay, I gotta get that. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Song by the great Todd Snyder, who has just left us under terrible circumstances way too early, like so many great artists. And thank you, Todd, for that great song and so many other ones. But he has a body of work that you can dive into if you aren't familiar. Well, thank you very much, Saguaro U, for requesting that song. And thanks, everybody, for listening to it. And I apologize for butchering it. Okay. We have another request for a song, but first let's take a look at some of these pictures. Parasitosis sent us this interesting one. Parasitosis, I like the kind of askew sort of crookedness of this picture. It's sort of off-putting, like maybe a Hitchcock type thing. It's also kind of depressing with all the clouds and just the commuter grind. Where is this? It says Blackpool North. Is this in the UK? I'm getting UK vibes. Quigley T says it's beautiful. It's Kate X says crookedness fits in with the mess Blackpool is. Okay, so this is northern UK. Blackpool, England. So northern UK, is it near maybe Wolverhampton or is it near Scotland? I don't know much about the geography there. I've been blind drunk every time I've been there. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, can you believe Brian Wilson lived the longest of his brothers? Too bad he didn't outlive Mike Love. Yeah. The fact that Brian Wilson lived so long, well, I think that he got cleaned up at the right time and he got a second chance. Maui Girl 45 says, make me want to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to learn much more about Blackpool North. I'll try with the computer. Computer, volume 10. Computer, volume 10. Computer, where is Blackpool?
Blackpool is a town in the northwestern part of England. Did that answer your question?
Yes, and I don't appreciate the sarcasm.
Thanks for your feedback.
Parasitosis says it's north of Liverpool. Okay, well, I've been to Liverpool. That was amazing. Okay, we're going to go. Speaking of the UK, why don't we do this next song that was requested to us by Nancy Droodles. Nancy Droodles wanted to hear this classic song by a band called The Who. It's called You Better You Bet. This came out in 1981. It was the follow-up, I believe, to Who Are You? The Who Are You album that was an amazing album. And so many great songs were destroyed by putting them on CSI television franchise. Okay, so let's go ahead. You better, you better, you bet. I never really knew the lyrics for this one. I just sort of heard the song and it was interesting. It's almost musical theater-y in a way. Okay. You better, you better, you bet. Ooh. 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 I call you on the telephone, my voice too rough with cigarettes. I sometimes feel I should just go home, but I'm dealing with a memory that never forgets. I love to hear you say my name, especially when you say yes. I got your body right now on my mind, but I've drunk myself blind to the sound of old T-Rex. So maybe the theme of today is referencing other artists in your iconic songs. To the sound of old T-Rex. Oh, and who's next? That's a Who album. He mentions his own album. When I say I love you, you say you better. You better, you better, you bet. When I say I need you, you say you better. You better, you better, you bet. You better bet your life, or love will cut you like a knife. I want those feeble-minded axes overthrown. What? I'm not into your passport picture, I just like your nose. What? You welcome me with open arms and open legs. Oh boy, okay, so I hope there's no children watching. Well, I guess children would be in school right now. Except the bad children who, I guess probably, I hope you're enjoying it, I guess. I know only fools have needs, but this one never begs. I don't really mind how much you love me. Oh, a little is all right. I think some of these lyrics were just sort of made up on the spot. When you say come over and spend the night, to tonight. When I say I love you, you say you better. You better, you better, you better. When I say I need you, you say you better. You better, you better, you bet. Bet your fucking life. Or I will cut you with my fucking knife. Gets kind of violent. Money curse. Every lyric that isn't confusing is just overtly sexual. Yeah. If it is confusing, you can just probably count on the fact that it's probably sexual. Like, I lay on the bed with you. We could make some book of records. Your dog keeps licking my nose and chewing up all those letters. I don't know how the melody goes, and I don't know why I'm sounding like it's a Sondheim song. Saying you better bet your life. Okay, this part. You better love me all the time now. You better shove me back into line now. You better love me all the time now. You better shove me back into line now. I showed up late one night with a neon light for a visa. But knowing I'm so eager to fight, I can't make letting me in any easier. I know I've been wearing clothes and I look pretty crappy sometimes. But my body feels so good, and I still sing a Razor line every time. When it comes to all night living, I know I'm giving, I've got it all down to a T. And it's free. When I say I love you, you say you better. You better, you better, you bet. When I say I need you, you say you better. You better, you better, you bet. Bet your fucking life. Or I will cut you with my big ass knife. That was probably one of the weirder renditions of that song, of a weird song, anyone. Bill Kunstler says, when I tell people this, they don't, though. Should I cut them? I don't think so. JV's Tech says, sounds great to me. Thank you, JV's Tech. Thanks for the positivity. And thanks, Saguaro Ooh. Thanks, everybody. Fondue Yourself wants to know what an ass knife is. It's just a knife that's specifically used for that purpose, I guess. Butt Smasher Masher says, weird, just like Don't Fear the Reaper. Yeah. A lot of weird songs written in the 70s and early 80s, but you have to remember that drugs were rampant during that time. They're still rampant. But, okay, once again, I want to thank everybody who submitted to the contest, and also re-announce the winner of the contest for the Henry's Kitchen intern. It is, hold on, Beanie Bo Beanie proved his Henry's Kitchen with his cat Gizmo, his worthiness of being the official Henry's Kitchen intern role here at Henry's Kitchen. Official Shitter says, what's an ass knife? A lot of people asking what an ass knife is. I wish I knew. Dark Ages says, has Beanie reported to his intern position yet? He is holding bowls off camera. Is he holding bowls off camera with Gizmo? What's holding bowls? Is that like a pot reference? Fondue Yourself says, yay, congrats. Congrats, Beanie Bo Beanie, and thank you. We're looking forward to a wonderful apprenticeship and internship relationship. It's Kate X says, for legal reasons, the intern role has no pay or responsibility and isn't connected to Henry's Kitchen. Well, that part's disappointing, but otherwise, very happy that we have an official intern here. Okay, let's go ahead and see what other pictures we got. And by the way, I want to say to the raiders, thank you so much again for raiding our channel here, Ride Rigs. I recognize the name. I think you've joined us before. Thank you so much. And I want to say we will be cooking today. I'm just doing a little fun song time, which I usually do. I'm going to put the guitar down. But things are a little bit different because it was we're coming off of a birthday stream, and but I want to say that we will be cooking, and here's a picture of what we will be cooking. That's not it. Hold on. Oh, come on, not now. This is the kind of shit, man. There it is. So Beanie Bo Bean, that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. What was I looking for even? Now I'm all confused. I do need an intern, Bill Kunstler. Where's our picture of our stuff? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're doing loaded potato skins. Maui Girl says maybe we should celebrate Computer's birthday next. Well, we know Computer's birthday. It's whenever Amazon Alexa was introduced to the world. JB's text says, fuck, now I'm hungry. I mean, I was before too. Yeah. No, this is going to be good stuff. So stick around for the dish, but we have yet more stuff to do. We have gift opening /unboxing. So let's find a cool happy birthday. Parasitosis gives us pretty great background pic for birthday stuff. So let's go ahead and I'm going to temporarily take the ingredients out of the way. By the way, is reverb still on? Check 1, 2. Did I take the reverb off? Having some technical issues today. Yeah, we've got all the ingredients. Okay, reverb is off. Thank you, JV's Tech. Okay, let's do some gifts. I'm gonna first open this box, which a couple of these boxes I have specific instructions in terms of where they came from. I had a hell of a time getting them from the post office. Oh wow, a lot of cool stuff here. Wow, so many gifts, you guys. This is crazy. Look at all of these gifts. We've got a gift here from B, Mug, Parasitosis, and Beelzebub. Another one from Mug. Another one from B. This one doesn't have anything, so maybe this is Santa. Of course, it's not Christmas. It's my birthday, but you know, Santa might be losing it a little bit. Henry. Spoilers, don't read open gifts first. Uh-oh. From Beelzebub and Mug. Okay, let's open up some of these gifts. This one comes to us from B. Oh boy. Henry. Wow. The Henry desk vacuum. What's a Henry? The perfect little companion for your desktop. Wow, this is great because I have so many crumbs and stuff that get in my keyboard and on my mouse and all that stuff. This is really cool. Let's open it up here. It's cute as hell. I'm not a guy who's good at opening boxes, unfortunately, or just kind of opening anything, really. So this is the desktop cleaner, huh? How does it work? Maybe it needs a battery. But it's very cute. No more crumbs and no more ants. Oh, do you go like this? It doesn't need a battery. You just go like this. No, that doesn't do it. Okay, I'll need some help. Oh, is there like... Oh, I see. There's a hose inside of it that you do something with. Wow. Oh, man. There's all kinds of stuff here. The desktop cleaner. This is so brilliant. So you do this. Okay. I'm sure it's just me. Oh, I see. This is sort of like an IQ test in a way. And I'm failing miserably. Okay, well, we're going to figure out how to use the desktop guy named Henry. That's really, really cool. I want to put all these parts back in the box because I don't want to lose any of them. Thank you very much. This one came to us from Beelzebub. Thank you for the Henry desktop guy. All right, let's see what else is in there. I'm very impressed. This one comes to us from Mug. Mug, I hope you're still with us. Whoa. Intelligent temperature displaying mix-up. Oh, mixing cup. Intelligent temperature displaying mixing cup. Whoa. One key switch starts in 2 seconds. Let's see what this is. So this is gonna, oh my God, you're right. It does, that's in Celsius, but it tells you the temperature. Computer, how much in Celsius, or how much Fahrenheit is 24 Celsius?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Of course you're not. You're not sure how to help me on anything. What is down there? Is there a pill? It looks like there's a pill. Oh, maybe that's the thing that, that's the temperature thing. Well, this is great. Amazing. So I'm always going to know what temperature my beverage is. Because remember, coffee needs to be made at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Otherwise, you might as well not even try it. Phaedra says don't swallow that. Or Thitchin Hat. Well, yeah, if I swallow that little pill, then I guess at any time people will be able to know what my internal body temperature is, and that could be personal information getting out. Okay, this is amazing too. Thank you so much, Mug. I can't believe that you guys send so many of these gifts. Okay, this one doesn't have a person attached to it, but let's see what it is. Are these little cheese graters? Beelzebub says this is from Parasitosis. Wow. Or are they thimbles? You can wear these. Oh, I see. You can wear them on your fingers and you can scrape them up against cheese. Broken Arrow says, are these new strainers? Oh, these are strainers. Oh, I see. So you pour the water in there and it comes out. Well, whatever they are, they're pretty awesome. European-style strainers. Thanks, Van Honkerton. You know, I got to say, in Europe, they have a real flair for making kitchen equipment, and these strainers are no exception. Dosto707 says, I have one of those. I love it. I use it all the time. Ingenious. Okay, well, we're going to be using this at Henry's Kitchen. I'm just going to have to read the manual. I'm going to have to take a whole night and read the manual for those things because I don't want to be messing up the equipment here. Okay. That's a plug-in, probably for the cup. Okay. I'm going to put these in the trash. Thank you so much, Mug. And this is another one from Mug. A mouse pad. I eat corn the long way. Okay. That's self-explanatory. I might be doing this upside down. Saguaro Ooh says they are roast beef size. Computer, what does it mean to eat corn the long way?
From medicalnewstoday.com. Chewing corn for longer can also help the digestive system break down cellulose walls to access more of the nutrients.
That's not what that means. Okay. Thank you very much for that. And we have a spoiler coming up. The chunk says access more nutrients. World's smallest blender. Wow. Does it actually work? There was no signature on this. Is this Beelzebub? Ages 8+. It really does mix. 2 power settings. Actually, it looks like 3 power settings if you include off as one of the settings. And it really is technically a setting. All the tiny cooking stuff is so adorable, says Emmy Bear. Butt Smasher Master says blender for roast beef food. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's check in on roast beef. Seems to have shifted positions, but still very much in sleeping mode. Maui Girl 45 says now we need to get him to play a play kitchen. Yeah, I'd like to see roast beef, but I don't think he'd be playing with stuff like that. He probably would just be knocking it down. Butt Smasher Masher says roast beef is truth. You're right, Butt Smasher Masher. Every now and then you wax poetic. I think you're probably referencing John Keats' Ode to a Grecian Urn. Roast beef is truth, and truth beauty. 'Tis all ye know, and all ye need to know. Okay, let's see what this one is. Yet another gift. JB's Tech chat. Anyone know how to get rid of an entire cold? I know you can get rid of most of it with NyQuil, but it won't get rid of all of it. What's this? Oh, more little things like that. Little tiny stuff. Okay, and so these are little tiny knives. Kind of like our Who song. I will cut you with my little tiny knife. Ooh, that's really sharp. Wow. Be careful with that. I better make sure a Chucky doll doesn't haunt my place and find this stuff. Very cool. I love this. Thank you so much. Now let's read the... Oh, here, let me put them back in the knife case. Henry. Spoilers. Don't read open gifts first. Okay, from Beelzebub and Mug. Okay, so these last several gifts were a collaborate effort between Beelzebub and Mug. Link's Deity says, I need a tiny video on tiny knife safety. Yeah, we'll have to, maybe we can make that. Okay, so there's nothing on this. Oh, I see, it's on here. Happy birthday, Henry. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a super fun day. Enjoy the gifts. Mug purchased the miniature European strainers. So that settles it. That's what these were. A few months ago, thought it was a good idea, so I decided to gift you items that are a bit similar. Well, I love it. I love all my tiny gift stuff, and we've got quite a collection of gifts here. It's pretty amazing, not the least of which being a gift from Lisi and Dark Aegis that was from the Milk Company. And I've been eating these. They're very rich, but they're so good with coffee. And I also got coffee from It's Kate, who gave me Pete's Major Dickinson's whole beans, and it's been so delightful. Thank you so much. You're all so thoughtful. I'm going to have... That's too much of one right there. Well... I guess I'm just going to go ahead and have it. This is a lot, but because it's very rich, and last time I did it, I started getting a stomach ache because you just can't have too much, but it's so hard not to. Toot asked if it was the MILF Company. No, the Milk Company. Wow, those are so good. Thank you so much. And thanks Parasitosis and Beelzebub for those awesome tiny gifts. Nancy Drudel says, was there compost cookies? Oh, in there? I think there was. Yeah, that's one of the cookies that's in there, and it's supposed to be really good. Link's Deity says, man, I love food. Well, this is an awesome happy birthday picture, and this comes to us from Lizzie. Thanks, Lizzie. Very kind of you to send us that pic. We're going to use it as the backdrop for this mysterious gift. I don't know what this is, but let's find out. It doesn't say who it's from. It just has the address says from Illinois. Looks like a box, says Game Master Flash. Yeah, but it's probably got something in it, I would imagine, right? I'm really not good with this kind of thing. It's Kid X says another box. No, this is the same one. I just can't open it. There's some kind of sticky material that's locking these flaps together. And it's almost impossible to open with the bare hands. Oh my God. The Chunks says that's what she said. What? Did she say that? Man versus box, says Nancy Drudel. Yeah, and I'm losing. Okay. The box is empty now because I took this out. Geno's, east of Chicago. Oh, that's just the box. But we, maybe this is a gift from Geno's east of Chicago. I'm getting vibes that that's a pizza place, and it sounds pretty enticing to get pizza there. Paper cats. Fill your desk with feline friends. Fold your own paper cats. Wow, that's... Oh, it's like origami cats. Sort of like the game we're playing with the origami killer. This is really cool. Okay. And there's a message here. Let's go ahead and check the message. Arts and crafts stream incoming. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Pizza haiku. This is with love from the users. I'm going to get a little emotional during this. Pizza haiku. Pizza is my life. Without pizza, life is a miserable place. Written by Anonymous. Oh, is this from Anonymous? Remember, Anonymous is that group that does all the digital hacking and whatnot and is very, very influential when it comes to social justice and has been on the right side of history for many years now. And Anonymous, in addition to doing all the work that they do so much other stuff. They make haikus. They build limericks. They're alcoholics. Anonymous wrote the song Greensleeves back in the Renaissance period. This is incredible. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Henry. With love, the users. Enjoy the day. Well, I am enjoying the day. And there's another card in here. Nancy Drudel says Anonymous does haikus. You know, for all I know, Anonymous might have invented haikus. Geno's East of Chicago, the original. Oh boy, Geno's keeps coming up here. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Oh, they have one of these in California, and I just got a gift certificate for $150. Geno's East in Sherman Oaks, California. This is incredible. So is this is it Italian food? Is it pizza? I guess it's pizza. What an incredible gift. Pizza party. Link's Deity says pizza party. Oh yeah, hell yeah. That seems like an amazing pizza party. This is an incredible birthday gift. Thank you so much. Bill Kunstler says it's Jodie Foster's birthday. I had no idea it was yours. Yeah. Narcoleptic Rage says Chicago-style pizza, Mr. Lips. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for this gift. Between this and the milk, I am living off the fat of the land. I think is what that expression means. I am going to be doing very well in the eating department. Game Master Flash for when the cooing goes sideways, I guess. Yeah. Link's Deity says, I love Chicago-style pizza, but it doesn't love me. Oh, yeah, it hates you. It hates me, too. It gives me intentional diarrhea. But you know what? There's something called a fair trade. You've probably heard of fair trade coffee. Well, I believe in fair trade food, and specifically fair trade deep dish pizza, which means that I will eat their delicious pizza and they will give me diarrhea. But it's a fair trade to me. Narcoleptic Rage, life isn't worth living without diarrhea. That's true. I think I saw that in an infomercial. Zodden3300 says take a lactase pill. Yeah, maybe I'm lactose intolerant, but actually no, I am a huge pizza fan, and this is going to be incredible. Thank you so much for this gift. I'm excited. I'm going to put that with the desktop cleaner and paper cats. We're going to be making some origami paper cats. Thank you so much, everybody, and one more thing to do before we start cooking. And I'm very sorry for people that just came for the cooking, because there's going to be just one more thing that we're going to do. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, feels like Anonymous is a big fan of yours. I think they are. Okay. Roast beef, did you hear that? We're going to pizza dinner. Isn't that exciting? Pizza dinner. He's not as excited as he used to be about this kind of stuff. Actually, he never really was. Okay, everybody, let's find another picture here. The Gym Dodger gives us this one. Very cool, rainy. This looks like California right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play a new game that was designed and composed by the resident game maker of the Henry's Kitchen show, Mr. Mark Cohen. If anybody's seen the movies The Punching the Clown and Punching Henry, he plays the character Stupid Joe. And he also makes games for Henry's Kitchen, and we're going to play one right now. So let me figure out how to get the screen on it. This is always a pain in the ass, but it's worth it, because this is going to be... We're sort of beta testing a new game. It's not even really a game, I should say. It's more of a situation. This is called... choose the funniest word. It's like a poll. Wow, the sign is even realistic. Hold on. You can hear the sign. Boner of a Lonely Fart, you're right. He was on the Highwayman. I'm going to tweet this out to everybody, this link. And we're all going to do this together. What we're going to do is we're going to find the funniest word out of 5 words, and we're just going to vote on what we think is the funniest word. And I also want to check in on the alerts here. Hold on a second. We have an alert that just came down the pike from It Me Da Boy has resubscribed on the Prime. Thank you very much, It Me Da Boy. And also Anonymous, the group Anonymous, gifted a tier 1 sub to Gino's Pizza Shop, an anonymous user. Thank you so much, and I hope you get your using under control in your users anonymous group. But here, we're going to get back now to our game. Thanks, everybody. Here we go. It's not a game. Again, this is a poll. So I'm going to go ahead and push start. Some festive music here. I'm going to do this, and I want all of you to do it too. Game Master Flash already voted. And then we're going to see which ones are today's top 3. So we're going to find out what words you voted for. Beelzeby just voted. Amazing. Liberdarius says, do Hickey. Well, that's what your vote is going to be. Fondue yourself, how to vote. Well, I just sent you the link in the chat if you look up. Can we retweet the link? Emmy Bear voted. Thanks. Okay, here we go. I need to concentrate, you guys. Everybody just let me chill for a second here. A bear. I didn't know that was a word. I thought there was 2 words. A bear. Or the bear. Flower. Doohickey. Computer, what is a doohickey?
Doohickey is a noun meaning a gadget, dingus, thingumbob.
A dingus. Bill Kunstler says, happy birthday, Henry. So happy you're here. You bring joy to so many of us. Thank you so much. And you bring joy right back to me. And thanks for all the legal work you did during a very pivotal time in America's history. Boner of a Lonely Fart. Why won't it load for me? I don't know. Maybe it got overcrowded, the server or whatever. Okay, I got to pick something here. Bison. Well, we know that bison is a funny word. And frou-frou. That's pretty good, too. Computer, what does a bear mean?
As a noun, bear can have a few meanings. 1. Any of the plantigrade, carnivorous or omnivorous mammals of the family Ursidae, having massive bodies, coarse heavy fur, relatively short
I know what a
limbs,
bear
long
is.
rudimentary tails.
Computer, stop. Just stop. I assume that there's some other word called a bear that's all one word because I'm sure it grabs them from a dictionary. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Big Nesky says there's only one here. I don't know what it is, so I voted that. I'm going to do a bear. I know that's weird, but let's see if my choice is similar to yours. Holy crap, awesome says a bear means to endure. Well, the funny part of it is that it sounds like a bear and that computer didn't even know what it means.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, here we go. Submit the funny. My today's word is a bear. Today's top 3. Oh, this is you guys. Doohickey seems to be the overwhelming winner. Frou-frou came in second at 12. And bison close behind at 9. So I might be the only one who did a bear. I'm going to refresh this and see what happens. See if more people are voting. It might not update in real time. Hey, Valeo Farron. Thank you very much for joining us. We're just voting on our favorite word. Okay, same results. Toot says, what does a poop mean? Well, if a bear means to endure, a poop must mean to poop, I guess. I guess if you put a in front of it, it makes it a verb. JSBX fans, surprised no Suicidio soundtrack. Yeah, well, you have to realize Jose Suicidio charges a great deal of money for his songs. That's why he makes so much money on those songs. Computer, how much money in royalties does Jose Suicidio make every year?
From Quora.com. Today, it brings in a reported $2 million a year, or around $5,000 a day, in royalties.
Yeah, so Jose Suicidio's music is very difficult to afford, and Mark is just testing a beta version of this, and he didn't have $2 million to give out to Jose Suicidio to license his music for only 1 year. Yeah, Paris, he is loaded. I wish he would share some of that money with me. Hey, thanks, Mark Cohen, for submitting that game. It looks like my choice of a bear was not the funny choice. It looks like Doohickey was the overwhelming winner. We're going to try that. We're going to check in on that every now and then and see if we get new words. Narcoleptic Rage says it must be hard to poop that much money. Yeah, I think you used that. That was the correct usage of a poop. Okay, everybody. Well, we're getting... Game Master Flash says, tell Mark he's hilarious. I have many times, but I'll tell him from you. He's an incredibly funny person. JSBX fan says, who submits the words? The words are pulled from a dictionary. I think that the fact that bison came up was a complete coincidence. That was an incredible coincidence, actually. Unless maybe a couple of the Henry's Kitchen terms are sprinkled in there. I don't know, but I believe they do come from a, what do you call that? A glossary. Official Shitter says, as a child, I would call the flowers that fell from a tree in the yard stupickies. only realized recently that I had probably tried to call them doohickeys, but stupickeys stuck, and now that's just what those flowers are called. Wow, they named the flowers after your mistaken name of them. That's cool. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, wow, a lot of people making a living off of your talent. Sorry, yeah. You're talking about Jose Suicidio making $2 million. Well, it's not my talent. He writes the songs, I guess. But I do sort of sing them here on the stream, so. Okay, everybody. The Chunks says, beta testing a situation. You've got my attention now. Tell me more. Well, we just did. Dark Ages says, we allowed to campaign for our pick? Yeah, I guess probably. We're going to try it again on Sunday, and you can do some campaigning ahead of time. You could probably look at the words in the morning, put in your vote, and then campaign with everybody over the next couple hours, and then we'll check them out. I think that would be interesting to see if you can sort of rig the system. Duke of Gutenberg says, hi, Henry. Do you get angry when people call you Hank? No, not at all. Some of my really, really good friends call me Hank, and it's completely okay. Okay, Maui Girl sends us this picture of dog food, which looks really, really fucking good. Maui Girl said, I hope in my next life I get to be a dog. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that looks like really good. Slow cooked barbecue Memphis style with glazed chicken, grain free. Wow, that looks good. Yeah. So maybe you could make shit on a shingle with that. All right, Pug Lady sends us a picture of some quails. Apparently it's quail season going on over there. That's pretty exciting. I'm starting to work up an appetite here. I'm looking forward to making this food that we've got coming up here. JSBX fan, does Jose Suicidio charge me when I sing the songs? Yeah. No, I have to pay about $5,000 every day for just the privilege of being able to use Jose Suicidio's music. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Pug Lady, for sending this picture of the quails. Let's see what other pictures we have before we get into our cooking situation. Nancy Droodles sends us this cool picture of the maple tree. Is this a maple tree? Wow. A lot of people don't know the song by Rush, lyrics written by the great lyricist Neil Peart. There is unrest in the forest. There's trouble with the trees. For the maples want more sunlight, but the oaks ignore their pleas. So it's a song about trees fighting. Boner of a Lonely Fart says it's a Google Voice number. Nice try. What is? Oh, that's a response to somebody. Thitchin Hat says hammer, axe, and saw. Yeah, that's right. Great song. There is trouble in the forest. I could do a little bit of a Geddy Lee, but I need the reverb-a-song. Okay. Thank you very much, Nancy Droodles, for showing us the changing of seasons and the changing of time and the transition. It was a nice metaphor. Phaedrus sends us a beautiful nostalgic picture here. Wow. And so where's this, Phaedrus? You found an arcade that's got these classics. I remember Commando and Burger Time and can't see the other one. My favorite ones were Joust, Tempest. I mean, I like the big ones too. Thitchin Hat says this is in Reno. Oh, that's great. No Zaxxon? Yeah, Zaxxon was great. Defender. We've played Asteroids here on the stream and Ms. Pac-Man and all that stuff, but Dark Ages says we still need to go to Galloping Ghost Arcade outside of Chicago next time. Henry and the users are in the area. Yeah, sounds good to me. Playing those is going to cost you. Oh yeah, I'll bet they would. They cost a pretty penny, but they're way cheaper than gambling, I've found. Thanks, Phaedrus, for that little trip down memory lane. Nostalgia is important. We have to have something to hold on to because the world is moving very, very fast. We're spinning at like 1,000 miles per hour, and we're also being hurled into orbit. Computer, how fast does Earth travel?
From Quora.com. Earth travels through space at an average speed of about 67,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Approximately 107,000 kilometers per hour as it orbits the sun.
Okay. 67,000 miles per hour. We're being hurled around the sun because of its gravity. And we've even got our own little guys clinging to our little gravity. It's just incredible. But when you think about that and how fast we're going, you need to feel grounded. And these types of computer games, video games, this is where we used to go. We used to go to the arcade. I remember a place called the Pinball Plus in La Crescenta. And
From mlive.com.
computer,
Pinball.
stop. Oh, was it going to say something about... Computer, tell me about Pinball Plus in La Crescenta.
I couldn't find one in La Crescenta, but I found a pinball and video company in Los Angeles.
Oh,
Pinball
you did.
and video company. is
Computer,
22
stop. I'm amazed that... Okay, so anyway, we're having problems. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the Pinball Plus in La Crescenta. If you recited a Bible verse to the owner, you'd get a free token and you could play Crazy Climber or whatever it was. Later, we found out that there was some bad things that owner was doing, and he was forced out for reasons that were not really made public. But the Pinball Plus, this is where we hung out and we played our games, and we, had long hair. And Maui Girl says, so much bickering today. I know, we're like a married couple, this computer and I. But anyway, we need to feel grounded with these types of things. Okay, let's find another pick. Purple as a Fruit gives us an interesting one here. What's this? What is that? Oh, it's a fire. It's like a campfire. It's beautiful. I should have done a song with this. Desolate Reality. Henry, do you have photos of you with long hair? Well, yeah, I'm sure I do. Let's see if we can find one right off. Would I go to my documents, maybe? I know we had one that we were pulling up. Well, this one's not very long hair. It's longer than mine is now. But this is just my album, Why Haven't I Heard From You? But I think we could probably find one of the childhood ones. I know we used it on here. I guess it would be in downloads, but it's going to be very difficult to find. Unless I get lucky. Sometimes I just get lucky and find it. Yeah, we'll find it another time. I have a senior picture somewhere. We have a lot of pictures of Bono. But yeah, no, it's just a little too difficult to find right now. Sorry, everybody. I'm just sort of seeing all these pictures and I'm having an ADHD, whatever, moment here. Okay. That's enough of that. All right. So let's get back to work here. We have just a couple more pictures here, and we're going to go to... let's see who sent us one. I think we've looked at all the pictures. Oh, yeah. There's one more here from Lizzie. And Lizzie wants to know, is this possibly related to the TV show Twin Peaks? No, this has been explained to me by some of the people in the Midwest. Apparently there is a chain restaurant in the Midwest called Twin Peaks, and it's scantily clad waitresses, and the Twin Peaks is a reference to their bosoms. Am I right about that? Let me know if I'm wrong. So this one says Twin Peaks Dispensary, but I'm sure it's the same company. Holy Crap Awesome says, I'm in South Texas and we have it here too. Yeah, they're kind of taking over. So this would be a dispensary that you'd go to and see scantily clad, I guess, people that work at the dispensary. Generic Hooters. Yeah, kind of like a Hooters situation, Maui Girl says. JSBX fan asks, do they take their boobs and throw them off at this dispensary? Yeah, most likely so. Okay, Butt Smasher Masher says, I think David Lynch made it. Okay, everybody. Well, that's it for the pictures. It's time to start cooking potato skins. And I don't know about you, I'm getting really hungry, but thank you for those incredible gifts. And thanks for, spending the time with me to do all that. Oh my God, where's my manners? I didn't even put the tier 3 subscribers up on the board here. I'm gonna have to do that now. We'll be singing a song to honor those people. Boy, that was embarrassing. All right, so let's take a look here at what we're going to be doing. I want to just make sure. So we have 195 viewers. Again, I want to thank Rydriggs for rating us earlier, and thanks everybody for joining us today. It's time to cook. So here we go. We are going to be cooking, and this comes to us from a website called Spend with Pennies. Now remember, pennies are now being taken out of circulation. They're not only not printing them anymore, but they're going to start taking them back. And it is silly. The pennies cost more money to make than they're worth. There was a guy named Wayne Cotter who proposed that we make the pennies out of chocolate. And that way when you get a penny back in change, you could just eat the chocolate. And it'd be better than just having a bunch of copper things sitting around. Okay, so this comes to us, Spend with Pennies. Crispy oven baked potato skins. Here's a review from Judy. Judy says, my husband loved these crispy baked potato skins. He said he loves me just the way I am, and I am so grateful. I just wish he didn't spend so much time with his assistant Madison. She's a little hussy, and my neighbor says she always goes home with strangers she meets at Thirsty Willie's on karaoke night. Okay, so it sounds like Judy has some marital issues she's going to be working through, but that's not related to what we're doing here. We're making crispy oven-baked potato skins. The top manager says, didn't know you were married, Alec. What's the name of the lucky guy? No. My name's Henry, and I don't know who Alec is, but I was reading a review that came from someone named Judy. Sometimes it gets confusing. Purple donut filling is fruit. Any pennies minted before 1982 are composed mostly of copper compared to after, so they are worth more than a penny due to the copper amount. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So if you have your pennies, you can go through them. But how much is the time worth that it takes you to start going through all kinds of pennies to find the ones with the date before 1982. Time is money for some more than others. Jose Suicidio makes $2 million every year just on the royalties of his music. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients here. We've got, it says 16 huge baking potatoes. We're just going to be using one regular size because I'm not going to... Who in the fuck's out there making 16 baked potatoes worth of potato skins unless you're trying to feed a whole softball team or something like that? Okay, so we've got some melted butter, which is pretty much melted just from all the time it took for us to get around to this. We want some seasoned salt. I don't know what the fuck seasoned salt is. I have some regular salt, and this is from our salt and pepper shakers that were given to us by Game Master Flash for my birthday. Thank you so much. We've got some turkey. We're probably going to start by getting this turkey going. This is uncured turkey bacon. I'm going to have to try to figure out what that means, uncured. You want to be cured, right? If you have a disease, you want to cure it. So maybe these are diseased turkey bacons. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but who am I to ask these questions? So I'm going to take a couple of these. Here. We're going to get our green pan ready to saute. And we're going to saute our bacon. I'm going to put a little butter down. So we'll get that going. I think we're only using the bits of bacon, so I think I'm just going to use one bacon. And is there instructions on this? Fully cooked. So they're already cooked. So I think we're just heating them up, maybe. Pan fry, heat in skillet over medium heat. Turn frequently. Great. Allowing slices to brown evenly. Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to cut it in two. Over medium heat. Get some of that bacon juice off my hands. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
I mean, computer, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so now we're gonna get our aluminum foil and cover this because we don't want it to go bad. Nancy Droodle says Bacos are a great vegan alternative to animal bacon. Sounds good. There's also another ingredient, or there's another recipe that I saw called banana peel bacon, which is vegan. I was thinking maybe we would do that on Sunday. Banana peel, you basically make bacon out of a banana peel, and I have a banana, but it's got to be an old banana apparently. Okay. I think, oh yeah, the only other thing is we want to take some of our green onions here, which are also called scallions. Let's put the rest away. let's grab a knife. I'm going to use the paring knife here because I don't want to get hurt. You want to get rid of this hairy part, and then you want to take maybe just, you know, I guess about 1 centimeter each for each scallion bit or green onion. Computer, what's the difference between a scallion and a green onion?
From tastingtable.com. Scallions are long and slender, whereas green onions have a more bulbous end.
So more bulbous. Okay, so let's put the rest of our green onion there. Now, we're going to preheat the oven to 425 degrees. I'm not going to use the oven. I'm going to be using the air fryer, so I don't have to do that. Scrub potatoes and poke. Place them in the oven for 40 minutes. We don't have that kind of time. Remove from the oven and let cool until the potatoes are... Okay, we're going to skip that, I think. And we're going to cut the potatoes in half. I think we're just using the skins, right? Because if you look at the picture... That's the wrong picture. Hold on. I think we're just going to go by feel here. There's a lot of instructions that look like you can microwave bake the potato, but I don't want a whole potato. I just want the skins. So I think I'm going to go, we're going to be doing a little improvising today. A lot of what you're doing in the kitchen really is improvising. All right. So I'm going to be just sort of mimicking, and I want to save this potato because I can make breakfast potatoes with my stuff from that cafe in Pittsburgh. Okay. So let's take this and put it back in the refrigerator for breakfast potatoes. I'm going to take whoever's advice just told me that, and we're going to fork our potatoes onto the, well, we'll just pick them up, and let's put these in the microwave for an undeterminable amount of time. How much time on the timer, computer, how much time on the timer?
You have 30 seconds left on your 5-minute timer.
Okay, and then I'll flip them. I think I'll just flip them now. Oh boy. What? I put it in for 15 minutes. Oh, I see. Computer, stop. Okay, so we got that going. We're microwaving the potatoes. We're going to remove and let cool. Lynx Deity says, I really like how the N in Henry's Kitchen sign was changed to look like a fried egg. Yeah, there was a disastrous thing that happened here, and that thing fell. It's on the Halloween stream if you want to watch a clip from it or watch the thing. Okay. So, meantime, while that's happening, we're going to use a small spoon. Oh, no. We're going to combine our stuff. Okay, so in a small bowl, we need a small bowl. This is a small bowl. I don't know why we need a small bowl. We're going to combine the melted butter, I think I might put this in. I don't need that much butter. Let's put this back. I'm gonna put, let's cut this. I'm gonna put this in with our potatoes, right? I mean, that's probably gonna work, right? Woo! A lot going on with these potato skins. Oh my God, that's hot. Oh. Whoo! I don't even want to touch that. Okay. Let's keep an eye on this. I'm going to use a pot holder, I think. This is the Of glove. Thank you very much for that gift that somebody thoughtfully gave us. We're just putting the butter in. The butter's borrowing space from the potatoes in the microwave. I think they can share for just a little bit of time. I'm surprised it's taken that long for the butter. It's making a whistling noise. Okay, so let's now, we gotta be careful, sometimes this thing's hot. We're gonna put our butter into the small bowl. And Nancy Droodles, we're gonna put them in the air fryer. Melted butter, and we want a little bit of salt from our salt and pepper. How do you tell the difference between salt and pepper? Uh-oh. Okay, I can see the bottom. So this is the salt. It's very subtle. You have to turn it upside down. Oh, the bacon. Fuck. Thank you, Gummy Candy. Forgot all about the fucking bacon. It's done. Let's put this somewhere. Oh boy, I think I might have overcooked it. Maybe. Let's let that cool. And that's hot. Okay. We've got butter in here. We added the salt. We need some garlic powder, which I have. This is going to be sort of our mix, I guess. And now we're going to stir it up. So I have this item here that was gifted to me by you, the users. This is called a semi-automatic whisker, and you're going to put it in here like this. And it's going to get all mixed up. Pretty cool. That's right, Narcoleptic Rage. There is a NH there, so it's a whisker. Beanie Bo Beanie. That's our intern. Says also salt should have 3 holes on the top and pepper has 2 traditionally. Oh, Is that so? I did not know that. Well, in our case, the top has 3 and the pepper has 5. But that's going to be a great way. Wow, Beanie Bobini has just already paid off in terms of being the Henry's Kitchen intern. Amazing. I'm always going to know which one's salt and which one's pepper, because I don't know which one of the two are called salt and pepper. But I guess that's salt. And I'm always going to know because I'll look for the one with 3 holes. Thank you, Beanie Bobini. Excellent work. Okay. So we've got this. Now, I think the next thing we want to do is we're going to scoop out the flesh of a living 1/4 inch thick shell of potato. What the fuck does that mean? All right, hold on a second. Let me get this potato out. Oh my God. We've done quite a number on these potatoes here in terms of the microwave. This is going to be very hot. Whew. Hold on. Let me get it so you can see it here. They're stuck together. Didn't want that. The plate's hot. I mean, everything here is scorching. This is like probably the temperature of the sun. Computer, what is the temperature of the sun?
The surface temperature of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 5,500 degrees Celsius. Its core is much hotter at about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 million degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I think this is that in Celsius. And this is hard as rock for some reason. Why is this so hard? Oh, maybe because it's dehydrated or something? I don't know that we really need to scrape this stuff out. Why would we? I mean, it's probably just... Oh, here, this one's coming out. I think we already scraped it out, really. Whatever. Let's just... JSBX fan says you need a small bowl of water to humidify the microwave. Yeah, I didn't know that. Let's just keep our eyes on the proverbial prize here. This is what we're making. I think we can do this. Place potatoes. We're done with the potatoes. We're done cooking the potatoes. They're not going to get any more cooked. Brush the inside and outside of the potatoes with the butter mixture. That we can do, okay? So we're just going to need some kind of utensil. Oh, it says brush. I think I have a brush. Somewhere. Yeah, here's our brush. Okay. I think I see where they're going with this. Okay. You know, you watch a lot of these true crime shows. I don't know if anybody watches these, but one thing that they always say about the murderer is they always say, well, we were very shocked because he was sort of a pillar of the community. At what point do they finally just start saying, you know what? It's always the pillar of the community. It's not surprising. In fact, if somebody is a pillar of their community, they're probably a murderer with dead bodies under their floorboards. Yeah, we knew that he was a bad guy as soon as he moved in because he became a pillar of the community. And also, this is a sleepy little town, so that's where always this types of shit goes down. New York Carl says he's a little too trustworthy. Yeah, if somebody's trustworthy, chances are they're a murderer. That's why I don't trust any of you, and I think that's a good, healthy relationship. The Chunks says, I saw an Onion article about that just the other day. Really? It's impossible to have an idea that the Onion hasn't already come up with, because they are incredible after all these years. Annelition 532, is a knife an optimal scooping utensil? Not in this case. I tried. Okay. What's next? We are now going to fill each potato with our cheese and bacon. Okay, I think we can do that. So I think we're going to be topping with our green onion. So we'll go ahead and cut these after the fact a little more. Let's get our air fryer ready. This part's going to be tricky. You can put it like this. I'm going to put these on here first. And I'm going to sort of go around in a circle, I think. And let's now put our cheese. I think we can get 4 strips of cheese with this method. I just ate a little bit of it just to make sure the cheese is good. Also, I'm starving. Now we want to break this bacon into bits. I have half a mind to just go ahead and eat this bacon right now. I think I'm probably going to be able to, because it looks like we're going to have plenty. This is a little bit like tiny cooking. We'll just get a little bit more here. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Just gonna have a little bit. Beanie Bobini says, I usually get told I darken a room. Yeah, that's what you want if you're dealing with this true crime situation. Narcoleptic Rage says, Mr. Lips, what do you think about just stuffing a turkey with potatoes and cheese? I think it's fine. Don't do too many potatoes. There's a common thing happening here. You've heard of this term shrinkflation. This is when a company charges you the regular price for the regular packaging that you've gotten used to, but they put a smaller quantity in the package. Well, like instead of 8 Eggos, then it'll be 6 all of a sudden or whatever. And I don't mean to just call out Eggos, Kellogg's or whatever. They're all doing it. There's something happening here called potatoflation in the breakfast burrito industry. I've always been a big breakfast burrito fan. They're starting to put a higher proportion of potatoes versus your eggs and protein and all that stuff, because potatoes are cheaper and they make people more full. But I didn't order a fucking potato burrito. I ordered a breakfast burrito. Breakfast potatoes are part of a breakfast, but you also have to have some eggs in there. As a matter of fact, that would be sort of the star of the show. Holy Crap Awesome says this is happening in soups also. It's an epidemic. It's happening everywhere, and I'm not going to stand for it. All right. Let's take this and put it in there. And it says put it in there for about 5 minutes. At how much? We'll leave it at 375. We'll check on it a little bit. I don't want to ruin this because I'm very hungry. Might even have just a little bit more cheese. Do I have sour cream? Yes, I do, and I'm very excited. I have something called Crema del Salvador. Computer, what does Crema del Salvador mean?
Here's what I found. Crema is the Spanish word for cream. In the United States, or in the English language, it is sometimes referred to as crema espesa, also referred to as crema fresca in Mexico. Crema fresca or crema espesa is a Mexican dairy product prepared with two ingredients, heavy cream and buttermilk.
This is just
Salt
Crema
and lime juice
Salvador.
may also be used in its preparation.
The cream of Salvador, I guess, is what this is. Pug Lady says it's getting so bad Taco Bell has a soft taco that only has potatoes in it. That's fucked up. Okay. I'm gonna keep the salt and pepper shakers out, and we're gonna start not washing our dishes, but we're just gonna pile them sort of in anticipation of having to. We're gonna keep one utensil. I'll keep two. Sort of in anticipation of having to wash our dishes, we're gonna put this aside. And boy, we've made a proper mess in this kitchen, and it's like my grandmother always used to say, you don't know messy until you've lived in the joint. Michael Bublé 4422 says, I pile my dishes up for Maria. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our thank you song. I'm going to put the Reverbus on. Check. Why don't we do it to the tune of Lola, the classic Kinks novelty type song from the 70s. We got Christmas coming up, so we're going to be doing Father Christmas for sure. But right now, in anticipation of more Kinks stuff, let's go ahead and do our thank you song to the tune of Lola by the Kinks. No Frag TV says, I don't know if the potatoes I got for this are loaded. They didn't come with any money at least. Yeah. That's always a problem. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, I miss my dog, Lola. Oh, I'm very sorry. Dogs are wonderful creatures and should never be taken for granted. Okay, so here we go. Fawken, Dingle Bob, Don Beef, Hot Bear 1110. Do Dingle Dog, Ogle, Dr. Flanges, and Bacchus. Bacchus. Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, It's K, Kairosa, Bumble Vision, and the LGX Chef Reactions. Chef Reactions. Chef Reactions. Husky Boyle, Bill Larkin, Music, The Toily, Nim, Moon, Emaru, Orca Mind, S-Fan, Bonnie, Dazzle, Cap, Blurry, Little Quest, and Borson Vin. Borson Vin. Nella 2, Parasitosis, don't forget Quanto, Dazzle Cat, Zogbane, and Toke My Nuts, Soul, Saguaro, ooh, Saguaro. Well, Dinosaur, JB's Tech, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Henlips, 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, D's Nuts, Game Master, Flash Cat, Cook, Taste Tester, Cheernex, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, and some GR, Aciditas, Michelle, Happy, Embry, 225, Yarkasm, Nico, Tazo, Michael Bublé, 4422, Potato Cat Breeder. forget quanto, qua 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 quanto. Thank you very much, everybody. That song is a thank you to you, the users of Henry's Kitchen, and I hope it's even partially making up for all that you bestow upon me on a regular basis, and I appreciate it. Let's take off the Reverb-A-Sun and get back to work. It looks like our potato skins are ready. Computer, what time is it?
It's 12:59 p.m. And
Okay.
it's time for a little laughter. For a Hogwarts-inspired hoot, ask me for a Harry Potter joke.
No. It's probably some kind of scam. Ooh. These look interesting. Here, why don't we plate them proper on a plate? Really do them justice. These look good. And I'm gonna probably don these with a little bit of our seasonings. We've got our salt and pepper. Salt and pepper shakers. So this is going to be our pepper. And we've got our salt. That's going to be a nice seasoning for us. And then we also have our scallions, green onions, whatever you want to call them. These are going to add a little bit of flavor there. And of course, no heavily salted snack fried treat is complete without a little bit of side sauce. So we're going to add a little bit of our Dolce Gabbana Creme de la Salvador. Ooh, that comes out quick. All right, let's be careful there. Wow, I just had a little bit of that and it's good. La Crema del Salvador. Okay, the cream of Salvador. Sociopathogen says, I call the friendly Toms. Okay, well, might be hot. Use caution. You're right, Nancy Droodles. Okay, Beanie Bo Beanie, our Henry's Kitchen intern here, says, not to get too political, but are those potato skins cruelty-free? I don't know. I should have checked. I know that the younger generation, like Beanie Bo Beanie, are very interested in preventing cruelty. My generation apparently not only is okay with cruelty, but we encourage it. But I understand that cruelty should be avoided. And in terms of, are these potato skins cruel? I can't say for sure, and I apologize to anybody if they are. I just had one of the green onions, and that was not cruel at all. That was just nothing but plain delicious. Either that or I'm very hungry. Let's go ahead and do a back-to-back. This is going to be comparing this to our beauty pick. Whoa, look at that, guys. I think they look almost exactly the same. Holy shit. Well, I don't think we can do any wrong right now. It literally looks like the same thing. They have some green onions in their creme fraiche, but I mean, I think we're doing pretty good here at Henry's Kitchen. Let's put a little bit of that. There. See, now that's going to make it look more. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. All right, well, the big test. How does it taste? Seems to have cooled down a little bit. We have an issue with the green onion not staying on top of our potato skin. But let's see what happens here. McFlurry Mac says, no false advertising in Henry's Kitchen. That is damn true. It's pretty good. Is it fucking delicious? It's a little dry. I should have taken more of the potato out. And I don't know how I could have avoided making it so dry. Dark Ages says more crema. Okay, I'll put more crema. Yeah. You know what? If I were stoned and just spending my Saturday nights watching Hallmark movies with my cat and thinking about choices that I should have made instead of the ones that I did and how much different my life could have been, what was I going to say? Dark Ages says, sounds like a great night. Lynx Deity says, potatoes are infamously starchy. Yeah, is that good or bad? Computer, is starchy a good thing?
From WebMD.com. Starch is a crucial part of a diet and has many health benefits.
Awesome. It's Kate. I'm going to put this at number 4. It's a little better than just fine. It's hitting the spot. But if we say it's fucking delicious in number 5, what words have we reserved for things like chutney cheese weenie bites that were so succulent they made you just want to scream out your window? But these are pretty good. Goat's Sheed says, what happens if you overdose on starch? That's true. Computer, what's the worst thing that can happen if you eat too much starch?
From Livestrong.com. When you eat too many sugary, starchy carbs, your blood glucose levels rise.
All right, well, so they rise. Computer, is it bad for your blood glucose levels to rise?
From WebMD.com. If your blood sugar is too high for too long, it can cause serious health problems.
Okay, well, this is okay, right? I'm wondering if it's okay to eat dry food. I mean, I guess my cat, roast beef, would know. That's all he ever eats. Okay, I just came up with something unfortunate. There's a bite here that's impossible to bite into, so I'm going to skip that for now. But, Holy Crap Awesome says anything other than you will die of insanity is fine. Yeah. Computer, are there any foods that make you die of insanity?
From Healthline.com. Some foods that may negatively impact brain function include sugar-sweetened beverages, refined carbohydrates, and foods high in salt. 55.
Okay. Well, I think we did okay here at Henry's Kitchen today. And I'm overjoyed by the gifts, my I Eat Corn the Long Way mouse pad, and also I have a gift certificate to Gino's Pizza, which I didn't even know existed, but it's here in Southern California, and I'm just blown away by your generosity. Thanks everybody for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. Thanks again to Rodrigues for rating our channel a couple hours ago. That was pretty awesome. It says here that Official Shitter is the new top clipper. That's pretty exciting news. So thank you. Thanks everybody. And I hope you have an excellent rest of your... Hey, our intern is speaking. Beanie Bobini says, Henry, you have some of Salvador's cream left on your hen lips. Oh, thank you very much. That's embarrassing. It's called Crema del Salvador. Botana Pantera says, did you know that when a whale comes, its load is roughly 200 gallons? Okay. I mean, I think what you mean when you say comes is when he comes toward your general direction. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen today. This was a success. As you can see, it's almost gone compared to what we started with. So I suggest you make potato skins. Just don't be like Judy, who says, my husband loved these loaded potato skins. He said he loves me just the way I am, and I am so grateful. I just wish he hadn't spent so much time with his assistant, Madison. She's a little hussy, and my neighbor says she always goes home with strangers she meets at the Thirsty Willie's on karaoke night. Okay, thank you, Jim Dodger. Thank you, Beanie Bobini. Thanks, everybody. Maui Girl. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. And I will see you Sunday, and we're going to be making banana peel bacon. So that'll be exciting. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen, and thanks for all the gifts. It's incredible. I'll see you on Sunday.